Hello, everybody. This is going to be another collective channel message. I hope this one will be shorter than last time. I now realized what happened last time. We did have the full moon in Scorpio and a quite powerful one, a super moon in Scorpio, which explains a lot. I mean, Scorpio is the sign of shadow work, of depth, of black and white healing, overcoming things, facing shadows, facing inner demons, big transformation. It is connected to the Scorpio card, of course. And so I'm not surprised that there are many tower moments as well that were coming in the collective, because in order to heal stuff, it has to come to the front first. This time I do have less decks, even though Spirit exaggerated a bit again and gave me too many, in my opinion. However, I felt guided to do them. I'm trying to do this reading a bit shorter than last time. Again, it was never meant to be that long last time. But I think now that we have passed the super full moon in Scorpio, I want to see how the energies right now. I mean, it's probably still having some effect. But yeah, let's see where it is heading, what this new energy is bringing to us in the collective when it comes to love. And also, I hope it is going to be shorter, because I love doing pick a cards and I definitely will continue doing them. But they're often very long because it's important to me to go very in depth and to deliver whatever message Spirit is giving me, of course. Because to me, this is not just a job, it is also like my soul's mission. I feel like to help people ascend and awaken. However, I don't have enough subscribers to monetize my channel, so I'm doing this completely out of my free time. And right now I'm just busy with university stuff, and I don't have that amount of time all the time available. Also, I'm feeling a bit drained today. Anyway, I felt guided to do this, so let's hop in, right? And also, if you are interested in specific pick cards, you can leave comments below. If you have a specific topic you want me to do or read you, and of course, also if you want to leave a tip, my information is below, and also my contact information is below if you want a personal reading with me. We're going to start with the Mutant Tarot. It is my favorite deck that I'm using every day, basically, when I'm talking to clients. This and the Thoughts Tarot, they are my, basically, what I use most in my personal readings when I work at these psychic hotlines. So yeah, let's just see what is the message here. Okay, we are going to start with the Four of Cups. Übergang, and Übergang basically means transition. It kind of reminds me of the Death card. To me, in this particular deck, it's like the Death card in the small Arcana card, Arcana cards, because we see Zeus as a Taurus who is kidnapping Europe. It's the kidnapping of Europe, and you see they have left one ground. I don't know how to exactly say it in English. One land, and they're still moving towards the other land. So yeah, it is transition. It's we've left something behind, but we haven't made it yet to the other side. So things are still going on, and since it is a cup card, means that this transition has a lot to do with the emotional body, like healing emotions, leaving old negative trauma behind. And I personally, I have been felt very guided very recently to just revise all of my old like we could say relationships, or you could rather say situationships and relationships, but not just with men. There weren't many anyway, but also family members. And so I'm feeling we're called right now to actually do things to release negative thinking and old patterns and forgiveness work. You can do, for example, do Ho'oponopono. I did that a lot with multiple people. I did the revision technique. You can Google it or type in YouTube revision by Neville Goddard. I like the channel by Unseen Seraph and Joseph Ally. They're just few. There are a lot of amazing channels out there. So right now, again, we are called to leave something behind. And for some, of course, it could be a person or multiple people. When I say a person, I meant a romantic partner that no longer suits you because you have transformed and that person hasn't. But it could be other people as well, of course, family members, friends that no longer match your vibration. But it could be other things. And what I get mostly is leaving behind old thought patterns, wounds, negative thinking, and stuff like that. So, yeah, basically, the first card tells us we still are in this transition phase. We will see what else we'll get. Spirit. Oh, nice. The Nine of Pentacles. Wachstum. In this deck, Wachstum basically means growth. So there is something that is growing. We are expanding. And since it is a pentacle card, an earth card, this growth is not only one in the spiritual realm, but also something that will show itself in the physical. You know, maybe people notice that you're changing. Maybe you've outgrown something, like, I don't know, like a job, and you get another job, or you've outgrown a relationship and you attract another one. Whatever it is, the growth that you are going through energetically will show itself. I'm feeling guided to take those two. Will show themselves eventually in the, you could say, in the 3D. But you need to remember, every change has to happen in the 5D, in the energetic level first, before it actually can be grounded in the 3D. Oh, look, it's the same card again. Okay, so I obviously wasn't done with that topic. What else do you want to... Yeah, I'm feeling drawn to... I think there's this myth in Great Britain. I don't know it very well. I don't know it at all. But there's like a white a white horse and the hill. What I'm getting is, first of all, connect to spirit. It could, to me, sometimes it indicates meditating. And also it indicates working maybe with spirit guides that are more connected to this realm, which could be, like elementals, like fairy, gnomes, whatever it is, but also totems and power animals. With the horse here, it's like a spirit horse. So maybe some of us are actually called to work more with different spirit guide. I'm not saying neglect the other ones, but maybe it is time to more look into something like totems. As I've said before and before lately, the spirit power animal or spirit totem keeps showing up, and I welcomed it as one of my personal power animals. It could be anything for you. I mean, there's just a horse there, but it definitely won't be horse for the collective, for everybody. But maybe it's time to connect more to that side of spirituality when it comes to fairies, mermaids, whatever it is, dragons, the more elemental spirits. So the other one, the Son of Wands. In this deck, it is talking about, it's Achilles, the one who won, the winner, and it is about actually taking action. There is things going on in the collective. Yes, there is change going on. Yes, within all of us. But we are still called to take some kind of action. I mean, it's fire. Fire is very directed energy. It is doing something. So we are called to actually do whatever method you like. If it's meditation, if it's affirmation, if it's scripting, manifesting, whatever it is. But releasing negative stuff, again, by healing, by working through some stuff, we're absolutely called to do that. And then again, it's about talking about victory. So those of us who are tackling their old stuff, and really attacking it, you could say, they are going to win, to have their victory. So what else? Oh, look at the sun and the moon. Wow. And I see Merlin here, which is the magician. I'm called to do that too. The sun and the moon. I'm getting different messages. First of all, sun and moon is like yin yang. It's the feminine and the masculine energy. It is about balancing oneself, especially if you want to draw in a divine counterpart. It is essential to balance feminine and masculine within yourself. It's absolutely vital and essential. You cannot attract a person, a balanced person, or a balanced union if you haven't managed to find inner balance yourself. So this is the first one. We do have counterparts, yin yang. Also, again, it's the yang, the yin, the feminine, the black part of the yin yang symbol still has the white spot in it, right? And vice versa. So this is very much about, yeah, for the feminine, also embracing the feminine and their masculine side, and vice versa, of course. And then also the moon, of course, is talking about something that is unknown and hidden fears. And to me, it can talk about an imbalanced root chakra. So there could be some childhood stuff, childhood issues, especially plus minus the first 7 years in one's life can be connected to the root chakra. And it's very important that you don't try to, you see those tentacles trying to pull yourself down by old fears and negative thinking. You see there is a baby like growing like in a womb within the moon, which can indicate growth. And again I get inner child, which is weird. I never got inner child with this card, but right now I just heard inner child. So there may be some kind of inner child work that is essential, which makes absolutely sense when I'm talking about childhood. But again, there is something that is growing, even if it is unseen by you. It is still happening. And then the sun, of course, is talking about victory, about having success, about happiness, joy, and bringing things to fruition. And also, of course, it is counterpart energy. I think I already said it. It's connected to Cancer and Moon, and Cancer and Moon can be counterpart. I mean, there's different kind of divine counterparts. Twin flame would be like one of the examples where sun and moon go together, because it's sun and moon. And then the Venus signs, for example, Venus and Taurus would be counterparts, and then Mars would be Aries, Scorpio as counterparts, and so on. And then Mercury, of course, Virgo, Gemini would be counterparts. But then there's different kind of counterparts. There is a soul connection that is called not twin souls or twin flames, but soul twins, which is very beautiful energy, very relaxed, very gentle, and they often meet to help one another. And it's usually a very harmonious soul connection, and they often would be the same suit, like it's the same, like earth signs, because that would be like a trine, sun trines. So if it's like that, if you have like the same either sun or moon, of course, in the same element. And then there's a different kind of, well, in American English you call them twin flames as well, which is problematic. In English you have like 3 different soul connections that are all labeled as twin flames, which can of course cause that many havoc, because some people are saying no, it's that, and others says no, it's that, and then there's people who say no, just don't label it because it gets confusing. There is another kind of very, very close soul connection. In German we call them duality souls, Dualseelen, which in English the closest the closest description would be catalyst twins, which can be misleading because not everybody has a twin flame, but everybody would have that specific kind of soul connection, like the duality. Let's call it duality soul, duality twin, which is the next, I don't want to say best thing because it's not about good or bad, but the next closest thing to a twin flame. Basically, you can imagine it like this. We all come from the same source, and then we split, and a duality soul would have been one soul for many, many lives, and then they split, so they are separate now, even though they have been one. And at the higher realms, they are of course still connected, as we are all connected, but they're closer connected to the next. You could say it's like if there was something like twins, I mean literal twins, they were born together. It would be non-identical twins, which of course are very close. They have shared the womb. And then twin flames would be like identical twins. I know it's not the best. It is not the best description, but I'm just trying to put energy into words. But a twin flame is not one soul that had one split. It is one soul that is incarnated in two bodies. So that is what my definition of twin flame is. And like twin flames would be like one planet. Well, sun, moon go together, of course, but every other planet governs two signs, and they would be like twin flame because they're the same sign. Like my twin and I were Virgo and Gemini, so we both have Mercury. We are both ruled by Mercury. I'm a Virgo, so I am the yin, the feminine part of Mercury, and he's Gemini, so it's yang, the masculine part of Mercury. And we do have that in our sun, our moon signs as well. I am moon in Aquarius, which is of course ruled by Saturn and co-ruled by Uranus. So I'm the yang, the masculine aspect of Saturn, and he is a moon in Capricorn, which is the yin part of Saturn. So you see that here as well. And the duality twin would often be like opposing. It could be opposing sun signs. Like since I'm a Virgo, it could be Pisces, for example. But in my catalyst or duality twin connection, we were actually both Virgos, so they often have something that is the same and then something which is the opposite. For us it was the rising sign, so I'm a Gemini rising, which means I am a Sagittarius descendant, and him it was vice versa. He was a Sagittarius rising and a Gemini descendant, which means what I have in my first house, Gemini, he has in his seventh, and so we do have complete opposite houses, of course. So much, that was a little detour, but I have to channel whatever I get. And you see this card, it's, yeah, I'm done with those. Wow, do you see that? Can you see that? We have the sun and the moon. Here we have fire, which is like sun energy, and the moon. So again, it is about balancing, but also it's a 10 of swords. And in this deck, it means leaving something old behind for me. I'm always saying, like, if you go on this path you have been, you end up in the burned wood, which is not too comfortable. It's important to take another path. Something has to end. Some old wounds. It could be anything that has to end. For some of you, it could be a situationship with a loved one. But it could be a job, it could be an apartment you don't feel comfortable anymore, it could be negative thinking. Again, we are called to leave something behind. The problem is, we know with this card, or it's the knowing is growing and growing, because you go further and further, and then you go to the how do you call it, fork in the road. And this is like approaching a fork in the road, and it's the knowing I have to make a choice. Something needs to change. It's just growing stronger and stronger and stronger. But the moon often represents the unknown. So I read this card like, yeah, I know something needs to change, but I don't exactly know what, or I'm scared of doing it, or I don't know how to do it yet. But again, we are called to take different paths. And then we do have the Magician, and I think this is the card I want to end with in this deck. We have other decks to go, and the Magician is the card of manifesting. It is a card of solving problems. It is Mercury, so it kind of like combines again the feminine and the masculine, because the Magician as Mercury combines Gemini and Virgo. And also, of course, Mercury manifesting is the Magician is of course connected to Mercury, which is the mind. How do we manifest? By putting our mind to something and taking it from something we don't want. And that could be by visualizing, by scripting, daydreaming, whatever it is. But we do manifest with our mind, but in a way that we feel something, because first comes the mind and not the feeling, because the mind interprets something in a way that is evoking feelings. So we are called to, basically manifest, and also to take action. Again, a Magician is a very action-oriented card. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which also means, yeah, basically in this deck, I see it as taking a time out, doing something for yourself. You see this couple laying on the beach. He gets a foot job. Good for him. Let's cover the foot job. And there is the sun is setting. And this to me indicates not worrying, just being in the moment, living in the moment, and do something for yourself. It could be, again, meditating, taking a bath, going for a walk, doing yoga, whatever it is that makes you feel good, doing art. It doesn't matter what it is. It just means get into this kind of energy where you just are relaxed and open to receive. I think, look, they're completely relaxed. It's like a very receptive energy. Sorry, as we're ending with this deck, I obviously need a sip of tea. I felt guided to take the steampunk tarot today. So we will see what we'll get with this deck. This one I can shuffle. It's not too big for my little hands. So spirits, what's important? And I'm feeling dizzy, so there is energy coming through already. What do we need to know? Okay. Okay, that's enough. Look, we got the High Priestess. So we are getting more and more connected to our higher selves, and we need to learn to trust our higher selves. And look, there's actually divination on here. She's got the crystal ball and she's got cards. So maybe for some of you, you don't need cards. You can connect to your higher self directly. For others of you, maybe you're called to get a personal reading. Or if you have your own cards, get a reading for yourself. It's just my experience. When I started reading cards, oh my god, like 20 years ago, almost 19 years ago, I could read tarot cards for myself, but that ended after a while. All I do for myself is like occasionally drawing oracle cards. So if you have any of those like oracle cards, and I just saw 22 on the clock, 2 is the, look, High Priestess is number 2, is again the feminine energy, the receptive energy. So with the Magician, number 1, and then as the number 2 as well, we ended with the Magician in the last deck, and we came, and again 10 would be number 1 as well. It's balancing. That is what's the big, okay, so this is probably the title. It is about balancing the masculine and the feminine within us, which is important right now. The Magician is the manifester, and the High Priestess is like the receiving. She's receiving messages, and that is what manifesting is as well. You put in the work, and then you need to get into the receptive mood. And again, for some of you, maybe it is Spirit has a message for you. If you can't do it yourself, you may want to consider getting a personal reading, or maybe this reading hopefully is helping you. If you want a personal reading, I am of course available to do so. What else do we have here? Look, we got 2 7s. We got 3 7s. Wow. 7 7 7. Out of 5 cards, we got 7 7 7. We got the 7 of Cups. We got the 7 of Swords. And we got the Chariot, which is of course a number 7. 7 of Cups. I know what to get with this one. Okay. This is what I'm feeling drawn to, the eye in the pyramid. And there's something stabbing the eye, which to me means, yeah, we had the High Priestess, which indicates, of course, connecting more to your higher self. And for some of you, maybe there's some third eye blockages, so I would recommend you to do some meditations. You will find guided meditations here on YouTube to unblock your third eye, because you can only really connect to spirit once you get that. And yeah, I just felt here it's about, you see, like here the higher chakras are illuminated. It's about seeing things from different perspective. So there's something you need to see, and maybe with the swords in the eye, maybe you see something wrong, and it is time to get a shift in perspective. And again, I would advise you to do some chakra work, and if you want to focus on a specific chakra, the third eye chakra. Then the Seven of Cups. I love the Seven of Cups usually because it's like, like a store. Spirit is like, what do you want? Do you want love? We got love here. Do you want a dragon? We got a dragon for you. Do you want a zeppelin? Here we go. There might be a snake. Do you want healing or sexuality? Here we go. New castle? Whatever you want. There's a mirror in there. You want to be beautiful, feel beautiful, or you want something mirrored back to you, or you want some jewels, whatever it is. You can basically, Spirit's got everything in store for you. And you can just tell Spirit what you want by, again, manifesting, by telling Spirit you want something, by focusing on it, not focusing on the lack of it, but focusing having it, and Spirit is going to provide. But again, close, work on that eye chakra, third eye chakra. Then we got the Chariot. Different meanings. It is connected to travel. It could be literally travel if you and your counterpart are separated in distance. But also I often see the Chariot in like inner travel, inner development. In 777, 7 is the spiritual number connected to spirituality, which of course reminds me of the High Priestess we had. So there is ascension going on, basically. It's balancing, which is part of ascension. Of course, you need to be balanced, and then ascending. And then again, we got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the feminine who knows how to set boundaries. She's the creative one, but also she's the active one. So we got so much fire, and again, fire is taking some kind of action. We got the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings, and I like that they are those plants here. So it is something that will be fertile. And look, we got 4 flames. Well, it's not twin flame, but it's like 11. You see the 4 candles. So yeah, we are called to take some action, especially those of us who want to draw in their counterpart. I said it before. It's important to ignite that flame within us, find a balance within us. Is there anything else, Spirit? Yeah, I'm getting the clouds. If you have been through a hard time, I mean the collective has, I'm feeling like there is new light coming, and it is kind of like disappearing. The darkness is disappearing. So that was it for the steampunk tarot. Tarot is always the most the biggest chunk, of course. The other cards, I'm not going to take that much time. You got the Whispers of Love deck. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. Yeah, for some of you, that maybe that is an important message. I'm feeling more self. Oh, look, I love you. These are very important words. So I guess if you have a person, their higher self is coming through. Just wanting. I just heard what is it, Stevie Wonder? I just called to say I love you. So maybe some of you are going to get a love message. Then do your work again. Manifest. It is the divine feminine who needs to manifest and then receive. It is her. Doesn't matter if she is a man or not. It's the divine feminine who is drawing in the other person. So do your work. Oh, this one. Okay, this one wanted to show up again. Do something for someone else. What do I get here? I get birds. Birds are messages as well. Squirrels are talking about preparation. You prepare something. You have, they plant their nuts, or they're not trying to plant them. They're trying to hide them, but they're planting trees by doing that. They're planting their nuts. They're hiding their nuts because they're preparing for winter. So maybe we should prepare ourselves for something. And, oh, I love you wanted to show up again. Okay. No, there are too many. Show simple acts of kindness, which reminds me of do something for someone else. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Okay, so what's the message here? Maybe some of us are called to do something for someone else. Could be, of course, anything. But if you are connected to your high self, then you will be guided. I don't get a clear message here because I think it could be very individual. Sorry, what? I get for most of it is not towards our twin, like reaching out. It's not reaching out. It's not that. But maybe you have people, like she's feeding that rodent. What it is it like a weasel? I don't know. Maybe somebody does need your help, maybe advice, or yeah. If you're called to help somebody, just do it, okay? Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. That came out in the last reading, I believe. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't have to explain it, right? There's so much going on. All the purging we did recently, that of course has to settle. That is just normal. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself to support your needs. And I said earlier, if some of you maybe feel guided to need to get a personal reading, do so, or you can ask Spirit for help. Of course, act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Very important, of course, because again, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. By doing so, we tell the universe that is what we want. So don't focus on your person not being there. We got the Nature's Whispers. Be spontaneous. And I'm feeling drawn to the sacral chakra again. That is the chakra of manifestation. So, Spirit, what is it you want to tell us? Be true to your heart. So maybe some heart chakra healing is essential as well. Amplify your positive emotions. Yeah, you do that by, again, focusing on what is good in your life. If you focus on good, universe thinks you want more of that. And illumination. Yeah, get this as some, ascension, basically. Illumination with the High Priestess, that there is stuff going on, and we will learn more and more and more. I'm feeling the big main theme in this reading is connecting to the higher self, connecting more to spirit, and balancing. This is the Oracle of the Ascended Masters in German, and it's funny because I just saw 33, 22, and 3 is the number of the Ascended Masters. We got Jesus, open your heart for love. I just had that in a personal reading. Now I saw 33, 33. Oh, Paul, the Venetia, it's artistic expression. So maybe you are called to create something literally, or listen to music, or I don't know, art can really help purging. There can be catharsis through art. That is what sorry. Aristotle was writing about catharsis when he was writing about the comedy and the drama, the theater, that watching a play can help purge feelings that we have. Or for example, if you're very angry, and you can't just go and kill somebody, but then you see that in a play, then that drive of harming somebody can, that hunger can be stilled. And that could be, of course, anything. It could be watching a chick flick when you want to feel love, when you want to feel loved and you want to get into that energy of what does it feel like to be loved. So art can actually help doing that. Music, movies, whatever it is, books, of course. If you are into romance novels, unfortunately I am not, but you can use art either as a consumer in order to manifest and heal, but also you can use art actively doing it. Of course, it could also be if your twin flame is an artist, maybe you are some kind of muse to them, or if you're the artist, maybe they are some kind of muse to you. Go now. Okay, where? That kind of reminds me of the magician. So again, we are called. I don't see like go now, go to your person. I'm more like take action, take some kind of action, do something, do it now. Krishna. Okay, find the blessing in your situation. That is also very important, because if you always feel as the victim, we are in victim mode, and when you feel as a victim, you can only attract more situation where you feel as a victim. But maybe you feel something, even if it's a tough situation, maybe you can see that there's a blessing behind it. Maybe you got hurt, but you know, okay, now I know not to, you know, I learned discernment, for example, or I learned to be stronger, I learned to forgive, I learned to overcome things. That painful situation made me learn more about myself, or this painful situation got me into spirituality, and therefore got me into awakening, and got me into changing my entire life, and got me into changing my perspective completely. So often in shadows, in darkness, we do find the biggest light possible. So if you find a positive thing in your situation, then again, Spirit will amplify the positive, not the negative. It will take the negative away, because if you find the positive, then you are not the victim anymore, because you are somebody who's like, yeah, I attracted that myself in order to grow, in order to learn, in order to ascend in some kind of way. And if you get into that energy, then Spirit is like, oh, you like ascension, okay, we'll help you rise. And you're attracting blessings, and not, because you're no longer in victim mode. You cannot be the victim anymore. Spirit will rather give you situations where you can feel the happiness you found within yourself. And again, we got artistical expression. Why did this come up again? What else? He got the hand on the heart. So it's like, trust your feelings. I mean, art is often very much connected to feelings. And again, doesn't matter if you're the consumer or the creator of art. But I'm also feeling very much drawn to the eyes. I'm getting maybe like your person wants to see you. We got health and healing. Look, the same eyes, basically. Is this the same person? No, it's a different name. But it looks a lot alike. The same eyes. Huh. What's it with the eyes? I was talking about the third eye chakra. It's about seeing. What is it? It's about seeing Spirit. And it's the same eyes twice. So there's two people who want to see one another. But it's also about seeing something that is actually right in front of you. Seeing the blessings, because the eyes were bright, really bright. And they look peaceful. And you know, he's got that halo. And again, take the situation in the hand, take charge. Take charge. And it's green, it's, you know, you like the same shade of green. Green is healing. Yeah, it's the same message again. If you are no longer a victim, but you are like, okay, I'm changing my perspective, then you're changing the situation. But it is something that has to come out of you, and nobody else can do that for you. So you are responsible. We got the Romance Angels, and we got Reconciliation. That is like a deck, for example, I occasionally use for myself, and I did yesterday. And yeah, we still got reconciliation on top. Came out for me and I was happy about it. So what else? Attraction. Attraction reminds me, of course, also of the law of attraction, and very soon. So do your work and you can attract your person in very soon. And I'm feeling dizzy again. Wow. Look, we got true love. We got romantic feelings and separation. Okay. So, of course, this is a collective message. So for some of you, a separation is needed. Either you already are in separation or it's about to come. And for some, it maybe needs to take a little bit longer because law of attraction, you're supposed to do your attraction work. And for those of you who have done it and who have, you know, like she's smelling the flowers, she's like at peace and just enjoying life. You remember the 10 of Cups at the beach earlier? I'm dizzy again. There's strong energy in this one. Those of you who have been in this energy will attract their person in very, very soon. But also it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, which indicates send a clear signal to the universe. If you focus on your person not being there, you're sending the signal of absence, and then you can only attract absence. I'm sorry, I have to say it again and again and again because I really want this to sink in. Because that is the only way to change and to evolve. And I want you to evolve. I want you all to reunite or unite with your true love. I want this for everybody. I want this for all of us. Truly for everybody. Can you imagine like a jerk, I don't know, Trump, for example. Can you imagine how different it would have been if he would have been with his true love? That woman that makes him want to be a better person. And wouldn't it be awesome if she would be Mexican? If he would have met his, let's say twin flame, even though I don't think he is in the right energy to attract a twin flame. But just imagine he would have attracted his divine counterpart, a Mexican lady, and he would have to change his perspective completely. Wouldn't that be a better world if everybody met their true love? And again, true love is high vibration. It's high vibrational energy. And people who are in true love, high vibration energy, don't go around damaging other people or being a racist or a sexist or whatever. It just doesn't happen when you met your true love. Because you can't hold this high vibration and be a jerk at the same time. It's just not working. So I want everybody to find their one true love. So what else is it, spirits? We got 2 more decks. So yay, it is not as long as the last one. But still, I think I gotta make those shorter because people don't watch that long. Got the secret and language of animals. And the frog, I just saw Soul Song. And I always say it reminds me of Happy Feet, where the penguins meet by finding the right tune. You know, we always say like soul connections, especially twin flame, they have to share the same frequency, and other close soulmates have a very similar frequency, soul frequency. That is what this kind of reminds me, the frog, of clearing, by attracting in your person. We got meditation, creation, and rebirth. So meditating can of course be a technique, visualizing by during meditation to draw in your person. And then rebirth, we had death early, did we have death? But we had the strong Scorpio moon, and rebirth is basically coming afterwards. Oh, the stick insect, this one comes out a lot. Stillness, awareness, discernment, composure. So we are still called to use discernment to really evaluate who is worth being in our presence, in our energy, or not. But also awareness is coming, and we need stillness in order to do that. We receive messages from spirit in stillness. We had the squirrel earlier. Resourcefulness, vigilance, preparation, busyness. So something is being prepared, and I'm feeling we're not all like sensing it. It's, you know, like when a when you plant a seed, you don't see the plant right away. You do see nothing, because and all of the roots are developing underground, and then eventually you see the plant coming out. Python, discernment. The stick insect had discernment as well. Detachment, transformation, renewal. So we do have more transformation. Again, Scorpio energy. And we had rebirth and renewal. And detachment. Yeah, it's time to detach from energies that are no longer good. And they could be within ourselves, you know, like old grudges, old fears, old pains. And, of course, people. Eagle, vision, freedom, authority, inspiration. Always reminds me of the higher self. So it does... remind me of connecting to spirits. Again, the high priestess. The last deck for today will be the True Love reading cards. Boundaries. Yeah, that's also the Queen of Wands. We were talking about her. Important to set boundaries. I don't feel this card right now. Abundance. Look, the abundance is coming in. Reminds me of the Seven of Cups. You get to choose what you want, and Spirit is ready to give it to you. You just have to send out a clear signal. This is what I want. The distorted masculine. Why? Because I'm feeling like they are transforming. Are they getting out of this energy? And the sacred woman. Distorted masculine, sacred woman. Okay, so the feminine is a bit ahead, of course. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay. So I'm feeling the feminine is a step ahead, usually is. But I'm still feeling the masculine is stepping up, basically. He is not there yet. He is not in the sacred energy yet, but he is doing. So we have inner peace, which is amazing. We have manifestation. We have been talking about manifestation several times. So this is, again, do it. And we got the heart chakra here, healing. You are connected to your masculine. If you're the masculine, meditate, okay, do your work. If you're watching this as a masculine, then you're spiritual enough to do so. We see the green heart here, which means if you heal your wounds, it does affect your person as well. That is why forgiveness came out. Forgiveness has a lot to do with the heart chakra, of course. And again, we do see two angels pouring down stuff on us. I forgive myself, I am forgiving. So forgiveness is essential. Also, if the masculine has hurt you in any way, I said it before, don't be in victim mentality. It just doesn't end well if you are in victim mentality. And then, which is amazing, we got the yin yang. And I love that we're going to end with this card, yin yang, because that is what the main message is of this reading, balancing the inner self in order to receive, to be receptive. And we were talking about yin yang earlier. So yeah, this is amazing. And it also proves what I just said. Do your forgiveness work. Your masculine maybe is doing the forgiveness work right now. Get into inner peace, manifest, and then this has to affect your masculine as well. So yeah, perfect cards to end with, yin yang. Because it's the balance within us. And if it's balanced within us, then it has to balance on the outside with our guys and girls as well. So this is what it is for this reading. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye, okay? And oh, sorry. I want to say, of course, I thank all of my subscribers. And if you're new, welcome. I would appreciate if you would subscribe as well. And I would appreciate if you like, subscribe, share my videos, help me grow my channel. Please check out my other content. And yeah, I am available for personal readings, as I said it before. And if this really helped you and you want to leave a tip, then the contact information is below. Okay, bye bye.